Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to another what has actually turned out to be quite a beautiful day here on the western slope of Colorado. So, last time that we saw you guys, we had a little bit of a catastrophe on our hands, and we're pretty sure that the nut and bolt that ate the 305 headed 350 that we were building was acquired while the heads were sitting in the seats. So, we definitely learned our lesson from that, to store things properly or tape them off.
You take the head and shake it.
Take the head and shake it. Do whatever you need to do.
Out of it.
So we learned our lesson with that. With that being said, Evan's truck was down a motor, and that's not something that our family is going to tolerate because we're pretty sentimental about our vehicles being up and running. So,
call us crazy, whatever. If you're watching this, you probably get it.
We had to make a decision on what the best move would be to get her going again in the quickest form possible. The truck that I'm driving right now is, I don't know, it's like an 05 Silverado or something like that. It's got a cast iron block 5.3 in it. And my dad decided that he wanted out of the big block game because they're not really fuel efficient, and he's looking for something that he can go play with. So
daily,
he decided that he was going to give Evan the big block out of the race truck that I had been building, and eventually we're going to LS swap that. So with that being said, Evan and I busted ass, went down to the fucking house and tore the big block out of said race truck in like 2 hours.
And delivered it. In 2 hours.
Yeah. Upon that, we acquired the rest of the parts to put it together, which wasn't too difficult. It was just manifolds, I think, right?
Yeah, I think so. Just manifolds.
Just exhaust manifolds. We got it all put in. Because the Vic is down right now, I gave Evan the MSD ignition system out of it, just so that I don't have to worry about the truck having runnability issues. This is our camping rig. We had issues with it last year that weren't ignition related, but we're looking to have no issues related with fucking anything this year. Would be fantastic. So MSD is the way to go on that. Last year, Evan spent a good chunk of money, and if anybody's ever bought one, they know he bought out the ass for a brand new Edelbrock ABS too. That's on top of it. So ignition and carb aren't a fucking issue. He went down and he got himself a brand new flywheel, brand new, never been in a vehicle. Got himself a brand new clutch, and we started the process of putting it in. And I don't think it was too difficult. Just a regular.
It was just a bolt-in swap.
Fucking really swap.
Yeah.
While we were at it, we cleaned up a bunch of wiring and little shit that needed to be done on the truck. But we have video of not first start, but us getting it tuned. And that's what I'm gonna start playing here. This is me trying to get it fucking timed and us messing with the carburetor.
Yeah.
And you guys you're in for a laugh in the middle of it. So that'll be good. We will catch up with you guys in a second after that. This motherfucker. like the shakers now, and I don't like it. Not one bit.
I want you to know that I still haven't let the clutch out anytime this engine's been running.
Oh my god, dude, I'm shaking so fucking hard. You let Nemo know that we put him on his ass. Oh my god, bro. Woo! I'm just grabbed it and fucking put some advance in it. It's perfectly safe. No, it's not. Fucking fuck you, MSD. I'm gonna thank you. I'm glad that you have good spark, but fuck! Alright. Make sure this is back where it's supposed to be. That says 16. I'm still shaking like a fucking leaf. Go ahead and light it up.
What? What's it at?
16, which is going to be 36 total. When we plug the vacuum back in, we'll find out what she actually does. And then you can tell me to turn it the fuck down. God damn, am I shaking? Woo! That hurt.
Yeah.
Alright, fire it off. It's going to be fucking way high.
Hey, listen. When I start it, I'm going to let the clutch out. It shouldn't roll anywhere. It's in neutral. I just want you to know what I'm going to do. Okay? Blows a lot of fire.
What were you trying to find out? Is it arc somewhere?
I thought it was, but it was a reflection on the firewall. Shoot fire. Did you see the fireball coming on this? This is like, straight fire. So it throws it out the back. What are your thoughts? Healthy. It's healthy. Alternator was charging also. It was up at 14. Oil pressure, volt charging, happy at 800 RPM, no temp yet. Tach works, healthy.
With that being said, you've driven it a couple times now, right?
Yeah, took it out yesterday and today. Like out, not just around the block twice. I'm loving it.
Oh?
Yeah.
How's she doing?
Not bad, actually. I seem to be able to see my gas gauge move. Pretty sure. But that's what happens when you try and take a big block to $5,000 or higher. But she runs good. Needs a little more carb tuning, some jetting maybe. And maybe some more timing. But it runs, drives, goes, stops, kind of turns.
It needs some fucking power steering.
There's a power steering pump. The whole pump is leaking. Maybe that's what's underneath it.
Maybe. Maybe. We have a wet front drive shaft, and it's very suspect because the rest of the engine isn't wet except for maybe the rear main seal. And I will be honest to God with you, I didn't put a rear main seal in my fucking engine. So I believe it is 2-piece, so you gotta like loosen the crank and lift it up a little bit to push the fucking shit out, push new one in, put it back down.
Something like that.
I wasn't gonna do all that shit. So.
The whole bottom of the transmission's wet right now too. I'm hoping it's a power steering leak, but I don't know.
On the way over here to film this for you guys, we've developed the miss, which is not anything engine related. It's just fucking, I think we ate a spark plug wire.
Maybe.
We're gonna get that figured out as soon as she cools off, and then we will get you guys a tour of said beast. Now, if you guys remember correctly, this engine has a dope-ass fucking oiling system. And it was kind of going to go to waste on the race truck because it's not going to be at any angles or anything that really needs it. This truck will put that oiling system to fucking use. And it has really, really good oil pressure. So I'm betting that shit works good.
Yeah, it started up after work today. Or at some point today. Started it when it was cold still. And it's at 68 PSI. I was like, okay, we're doing that. I'm good with it.
Alright, going back even further than that. When I bought the race truck that my dad is going to LS swap, this engine came in that deal. And if you guys want to get really technical on shit that happened behind the scenes, it was supposed to go to him.
It was going to go in this truck anyway.
Because I didn't want anything to do with it. And then he decided that he didn't want to go through the debacle of finding the fucking flywheel and all that other, the manifolds and the other shit to make it work. So I kept it. And I rebuilt it and I stuck it in the race truck. Now it's going back to him anyway.
Yeah.
So, my question for you, good sir, is at the end of the day, was it worth the trouble that you wanted to avoid in the first place?
I don't know. Maybe.
It wasn't that bad.
No, not at all. I mean, it was the same clutch that would have gone in this truck or a 1972 Suburban. Same clutch, same part number. Flywheel was the only issue, and it was because this 402 is internally balanced, and my 350 was externally balanced. So that's the only difference in the whole setup, honestly.
I've got about 16 hours in the fancy ass fucking paint job that this engine has on it. If you take that away and you were just to put a regular ass paint job on it, I have about 24 hours in labor cleaning literally every single surface on this thing and putting it back together. And if you do that on weekends, you got like 2 or 3 weekends in it and you got yourself a fresh big block. The swap putting it back in the truck, weekend at most if you're by yourself and you have no help, and it's still possible. I do the Vic completely by myself. You just gotta figure out a system to make it work. This is really not that hard. To go back before the big block, the carb swap wasn't really that hard either.
No.
The fuel pump in the truck is still the stock fuel pump for fuel injection, and he's got a fuel pressure regulator
With the bypass.
with a bypass.
So it goes to return.
I think that was pretty much it. We had to find some fittings and make some shit work.
HEI.
Yeah, and the HEI. HEI is like fucking $50 on eBay. Super cheap, easy to do. If you buy an eBay one, buy extra ICMs. Or go buy an Excel ICM, because that's going to be the downfall of it every time. I don't know what it is about the Chinese ones, but they haven't fucking figured that shit out yet.
And if it's not that, it'll be the coil.
I haven't had a coil tie.
I haven't either. But that's what I was told by somebody.
If you guys see one of these trucks and it doesn't have an engine or transmission, think about jumping on it. They're really not that hard to work on. These old square body Chevy pickups that him and I grew up with, that me and him met because of, they're getting really fucking expensive. And they're getting to the point where guys like us can't afford it. These are climbing in the market. If you have any kind of infatuation with the way that they look, now's the time to jump, because they're not going to get any cheaper. This one, I would bet is $5,000, even though it looks like a Cosmopolitan. And I think they're the really last truck that you can work on. It's LS after that, right?
Yeah. This body style was TBI 350 until 96 or 95, I guess, and then 96 they did the Vortec 350s, and then that body style I think went to 2000, 01, 02, somewhere in there, and then after that it's all LS engines.
LS sucks to work on. If you guys grew up on LS and that's what you know, power to you. But that is not what this channel is about, and you guys know that we don't do that shit. There's a guy in town that does it that's really fucking good at it. What'd you do?
I don't know, there's something in my monster, like metal.
Wonderful.
It's that kind of day.
It's that kind of day. LSs are cool if that's what you grew up with and that's your comfort zone, but this channel is about small blocks and big blocks of all kinds and carburetors, and I think she's a pretty good representation of it. So
Yeah.
we're gonna let her finish cooling off, and then we will get back to you. Hey, so it's totally been like a week that we were looking for that mist. Yeah, we finally found it and got it figured out. So Evan adjusted the valves when we put the big block together. They just needed readjusted. Other than that, we're just gonna leave it there. Shut your fucking mouth. This video's already long enough, asshole.
Mm-hmm.
Put a fresh set of spark plug wires on it. and got it going pretty good now, from what I'm told. You got it running last night, right?
Yeah.
So, he also adjusted the carb. You went down a jet in the primary, is what you said? Yeah. And then we went to a lighter step-up spring, correct? Mm-hmm. Okay. Did you change metering rod?
No. Fantastic.
All right, so she should do a little bit better on the base circuit.
And maybe not be able to watch my gas gauge move.
The secondaries are going to stay the same. We don't have a smaller secondary jet, so if he gets into the secondaries, it's just going to eat. Other than that, let me flip you around and show you guys what it looks like all cleaned up. Boom! The second set of spark plug wires I've loomed in this fucking thing on the big block because those ones took a shit. $7 ones from Rock Auto only last so long, so you get what you pay for. Other than that, super clean. It's away from the steering column. Everything's away from the exhaust. There's no wires touching. I know a lot of people ridicule me because, oh my god, I go zip tie crazy. But my wires aren't arcing, so I don't give a fuck if y'all think it's crazy or not. Deal with it. We got MSD in here. We got our usual Edelbrock in here. We got a fucking single plane instead of a fucking dual plane, so people can't bitch at me about having the wrong spacer on it. We got this converted to fucking one wire. It's not really one wire, it's really two wires, but hey, either way it works. This thing's pretty much set up and ready to go. So next time you guys see it, we are going to get you video of it driving. It has one breather over here. It does not have a breather over here. It doesn't matter because we have a solution for that is coming in the next episode too. And then, yeah, so okay. That'll be good. I'm gonna start working on those today. I'm out of projects. And it's kind of shitty outside. I don't know if you guys can tell. Probably not, but whatever. So, I'm gonna start this up one last time for you guys so that you guys can see that it runs and it does things and acts like a truck. And then, we'll close this video off. It only took 3 fucking weeks to film it, I think. Some shit like that. Alright. We're just gonna chuck a bunch of timing at this thing, see if it reacts. Trust us, that wasn't the fucking problem. 54 total, definitely ain't it.
Is that what it's at right now?
Oh, yeah.
Sick.
Find your screwdriver.
Closer.
If you guys have watched the whole video so far, I don't feel like getting hit again. That's why the off on. favorite number, 42, is also not it. Looking for 36 to 38 total. There you go, my friends. Evan and I are gonna fucking sign off here. He's gonna take this thing to a baseball game. One last thing, give us a second. We'll show you what it looks like with the hood closed. Boom. Alright, guys. Get out there and wrench on something. Have yourselves a good night, and God bless. Bye!